Oh yeah!
Hello ladies and gentlemen of the media, once again I'd like to thank you for joining us for this week's PBL press conference, week 4 of the PBL. Currently the Seattle Seahawks are 3-0, so we have enjoyed a level of success up to this point, but we definitely have to keep the course if we expect to make the playoffs and win our division. And speaking of divisions, this week we have an interdivisional match up against My Turkey Sub and the Chicago Cubchoos. Their current record stands at 1-2, but that is by no means a scale of how talented of a team they have. They have had some bad luck. They've had just sometimes where Turkey hasn't necessarily played his best, and he understands that. And honestly, we're probably hitting them at the worst possible time, because right now this team that we're getting ready to face is, they're 1-2. They're fighting for their lives. They know that 1-3 is pretty much a death sentence in order to get to the playoffs when you're in the division that we're in, and would put them in last place in a very hard position to get out of. So we're definitely hitting this team at a time where they know that it's all on the line from this point forward, and we're definitely going to need to be on our A game if we expect to come away with a victory not today, tomorrow. Anyway, so the team that My Turkey Sub has a possibility of bringing, his Mega is Mega Metagross. His OUs are Landorus T and Sylveon. So those three Pokemon right there, pretty good core of Mons. Landorus only weak to Ice and Water. Mega Metagross covers Ice pretty well. Sylveon only weak to Poison and Steel. Mega Metagross covers that pretty well. Mega Meta doesn't like Fire, doesn't like Ground, stuff like that. So he has other things on his team to take care of that. So really a good first three core right there. Then for UU, he has Haxorus, Porygon 2, Suicune, and Umbreon. Really, three of those four Pokemon are incredibly stally in Porygon 2, Suicune, and Umbreon. So really that UU core right there is kind of horrifying to see, and definitely could turn into a stall match if he decides to bring pretty much any of them. Suicune is known for its ability to do Rest, Sleep, Talk, Calm Mind, and Skull. That's really all it ever brings when you're outside of VGC, but it does that really well and can be incredibly hard to kill. Then we have Umbreon, who always is annoying because of just how bulky it is and how few weaknesses it has with that dark typing. So we'll definitely have to bring stuff for that. And then Porygon 2, which gets recovery and is incredibly bulky and hard to kill. And then Haxorus, which can set up one D-Dance or one Swords Dance and just kind of go to town on a team. Then for RU, we have Braviary, Hitmonchan, Hitmontop, and Virizion. So three of his four lower tier Pokemon there are fighting types, which is interesting to see. He has Hitmonchan and Hitmontop. I don't know if I really expect him to bring either of those. If I do, it's going to be as a spinner. So we'll see what happens. So this week, for our team, our first Pokemon we're bringing is Jirachi, Steel Psychic type with Serene Grace, Jolly to buff up the speed, and I kind of want to do a Bluff Scarf set this week because it's going to be holding the Expert Belt. Max Attack, Max Speed, 4 Defense, with the moves Iron Head, Zen Headbutt, Ice Punch, and Fire Punch. The Fire Punch is pretty much only there for Mega Metagross. And then the Ice Punch, he has Virizion, which is weak to Ice, Braviary, which is weak to Ice, Haxorus, which is weak to Ice, Landorus T, which is weak to Ice. So if those aren't scarfed, we'll definitely be able to hit them hard with an Ice Punch, and hopefully that comes in handy this week. Also, we have Iron Head for Sylveon, Zen Headbutt for those fighting types down there, and then Fire Punch, as I think I said, for Mega Metagross. So I think it's a good set to bring this week. Next up we have Hariyama, our fighting Pokemon, with Guts for the ability, Adamant, he's bulky offense, Assault Vest set with 252 attack, 180 special defense, and then 76 in HP. We're heavily going into special defense to get most out of that Assault Vest, plus Hariyama already has like base 120 or higher HP, so we don't need a ton of investment in HP. Moves are Close Combat, Iron Head, Ice Punch, and Fake Out. Fake Out for the priority, Close Combat for Umbreon and Porygon 2. Iron Head because I expect Sylveon to possibly come in on this thing. And then Ice Punch, as previously stated, he does have a lot of things weak to Ice, and I'm hoping to take advantage of that. Our third Pokemon this week is going to be Thundurus, Electric Flying type with Prankster, Timid. It's a weird set this week. Setup set with Chesto Berry, 252 speed, 252 special attack, and 4 HP. I kind of want to get into a setup. I kind of want to bring this thing in when Suicune is trying to set up, and then in return set up on it. If it burns me a Scald, get a Resto Chesto off, and then possibly be at +2 or +4 if Nasty Plot. So anyway, the moveset, again to go over, is Thunderbolt, HP Ice, Rest, and Nasty Plot. HP Ice there because without it I can't touch Landorus T. So a lot of ice on this team this week, as you can see. Next up, we have Mega Metagross. Not Mega Metagross, Mega Gyarados for our last kind of offensive threat. Water Dark type, Mold Breaker, Adamant. He's kind of our backup setup sweeper, and also just kind of there to be just a really solid Pokemon, kind of bulky wise. 252 attack, 180 HP and 76 speed. Gyarados for the item, obviously. With Waterfall Crunch, Iron Head, and Dragon Dance, my only offensive threat that isn't carrying an ice type move. When I look at the team, one thing that definitely is kind of standing out to me is that I don't have a Choice Scarfer, and I really don't like that. But looking at his team this week, I kind of need to bring what I'm bringing in order to cover his mons. It's not a good matchup for my team at all, really. My Turkey Sub, his team really does a good job of countering my team, because even with things like that I know I can bring in and do damage to things like Mega Metagross, I know that Jirachi resists Steel and really resists Psychic type moves, but Mega Metagross gets like Earthquake and outspeeds me after it Megas, unless I'm Choice Scarf. But I don't want to be Choice Scarf because I need to switch up my moves a lot this week. That's why I'm not running a choice item, is that I know if I get locked into something, I'm going to give him free setup, like with Hone Claws on Mega Metagross, or Suicune being able to set up, or anything like that. So I know I'm going to need to be able to change my moves a lot, but that also means that I'm giving up speed. And just overall, I don't really like it. I don't really like it at all. I've been going over this team for several hours over the course of several days, and I don't like where it is, but it's what I feel like I need to bring, so it's going to be interesting to see. For our wall, our first wall is Florges, Fairy typing, Flower Veil for the ability Calm. It's our special wall of leftovers. 252 HP, 200 special defense, 56 into defense. Moonblast, Aromatherapy, Toxic Synthesis. Not running a Wish Pass set because I want Aromatherapy and I want Toxic. Hopefully being able to Toxic that Suicune and force it to get a rest off so I can switch out into something. And then our physical wall is a Moongus, our Grass Poison type with Regenerator, Relax Nature, which boosts up defense and decrease speed. Black Sludge, 252 HP, 252 defense, 4 special defense, Giga Drain, Spore, Synthesis, and Foul Play. Foul Play because it does 60 to 70% to Mega Metagross, and if he does decide to set up, then I can't live a hit, but prior to setup, it will do a lot of damage. So that's the team. Looking at it, I'm not super excited about where I think it is right now. I might change some things going into this week, but I don't like that I don't have a Choice Scarfer. I don't like how well his team counters mine, so I can't run a choice items, which means I'm not getting as much damage output as I possibly could with a Choice Band or Choice Scarf or Choice Specs. I'm not getting as much possible speed as I could with like a Choice Scarfer. I definitely know that he's going to be running some kind of Choice Scarfer. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, my name is Lucas, aka Macho Emolga. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video and are having an amazing Saturday. Remember to check out the battle tomorrow over on the channel. And as always, guys, have an amazing day. Peace.
Oh yeah!